So, it finally happened. The zombie apocalypse, your truck breaks down, and the Russians are parachuting as you speak. And it all happens at once. Hey guys, this is TR Puffin Stuff. And I keep this bag in my truck, and because you know it's very likely that your truck could break down at the exact time the zombie apocalypse comes while the Russians are landing. And if that does happen, you want to make sure you're prepared and that you've got stuff on your truck, because you might not be able to make it home. Who knows, you might be stuck in the wilderness for who knows how long. So all you have is what you've got on you. So I'm going to just kind of go through this piece by piece, see what we've got, and hopefully we'll have what it takes to survive. And worst case scenario, I'll learn what I might be missing. And if you guys have any recommendations on something that might need to be added, that would be great. So here we go. We'll just kind of start on the outside. This is not just a water bottle, but it is a water purification system. And it filters water and gets rid of all the harmful things that would be in there. Because water is vital to survival, and you know, so you're going to want to make sure that when you find a water source, you're going to have a way to filter it so that it'll be safe for you to use. And let's see, also on the outside here we have a compass that also has a thermometer. I don't know why you would need that, but it also has a whistle. And there is also in here, if I can get it out, a magnifying glass, which you could use to start a fire. And maybe I'll show you that on another video, but it's cool, it actually works. So on a sunny day like this especially, it wouldn't be no problem to start a fire with that magnifying glass. So compass is really the most important part here. And of course the whistle, you know, so neat little thing to have. Attached to my bag I have another compass that is hooked on there. Here I have a flashlight because the sun's not always going to be out. Mag light, can't go wrong, the LED mag light. Then here I've got a knife, which is one of my favorite knives. This is the Gerber Grylls survival knife, and it's kind of beat up, but it's been used. There's also another whistle on there. On the bottom of the sheath there is a striker, so I can use a combination of the blade and sparks there to start a fire if I need it. So there's another source of fire. Because in addition to water, fire is crucial to survival. But we all know how important fire is, and water. Also stuck into the backside there, I've got some little pieces of fire tinder, cotton fire tinder that's coated in Vaseline to help catch the spark easier and help it to burn a little bit longer to get a fire started. So a knife is crucial to have. Let's see what else is on the outside. Over here I've got a pair of reading glasses because if I need to do something close up, I can't see anything close up without my reading glasses. But if I need to do some repairs to something, or something, you know, detail or something like that, I want to be able to see good, so I've got my reading glasses there. Over here I've got some 550 paracords. Always good to have rope, you never know when you're going to need that. Here is the trusty lighter. You know, again, another source of fire. I know that's already magnifying glass, a rod, and a lighter. So that's 3 sources of fire right there. I just can't emphasize how important fire is. Up here in this top little bag, this is, I'm not going to take it out, but this is basically a backpack cover. And in case it's raining, I can put this over my backpack to keep everything dry. And it's a waterproof backpack cover. So I'm going to keep my stuff safe from the elements. Also in here, I've got another compass. This is a brass compass. So again, navigation, knowing where you are. You know, you can't always go by the sun because the sun might not always be there. So it's good to be able to keep your bearings. So that's what, 3 compasses already. Might be a little bit overkill, but better safe than sorry. And then here I have some chemical gloves that could also just be, you know, gloves to protect your hands and stuff like that while you're working. They've got the coating on the bottom side there. So it's good to have a pair of gloves when you're working with stuff, you know, to keep your hands, you know, safe. And here I've got just a little bandana, head rag, you know, kind of keep the sun. If I wasn't wearing a hat, you know, I could, you know, put this on, or if I just want to, you know, kind of have that cool biker look, whatever, you know. But I could also use this as a bandana for any number of different things. You know, so that's something that I've got in there. All right, then let's see, we've got an outside bag here, outside pouch. I opened it up, and in here this is my first aid. And I'll just kind of touch on the things that are in there. I mean, there's so much stuff that I've got in here. I've got some Mercurial Clear, some aspirin, some eye drops, some zinc ointment, some lip balm, solar blanket, first aid burn cream packets, numerous band-aids and adhesive strips. Here is a triangular bandage, you know, for a sling, some surgical gloves, some cotton balls, and then of course some medical tape. All that stuff goes inside of my first aid kit. Oh, and there's some needles and suture thread in here as well, in case I, you know, need to stitch myself up or somebody else or something like that. So, and here, another knife. This is just a little M-Tech dual blade, fixed blade, dual edge fixed blade knife, you know, 440 steel. Can't have enough knives. Plus I always have some kind of knife on my belt. Oh yeah, here we go. This one you can't, this little pouch is very important. This is more of a luxury item, but in a situation when you're in survival, luxury items, small little luxury items can do a lot for your morale and your mental state. In here, I have a bag of Irish cream tobacco. I have a tamper. I have some matches, another source of fire, and I have a little Missouri Meerschaum Pony Express corncob pipe. So that's a very valuable little pouch right there. Again, like I say, when you're in that kind of situation, in a survival situation, any sort of luxury like that can be a great boost to your morale and do a lot for your spirits and just your mental wellness. Another source of light, in addition to the mag light, I have a headlamp here that's very bright. It's got the LED lights on it, straps on your head, so it's able to give you lights with hands free so you can work. Because like I say, the sun's not always going to be out. It's going to get dark sooner or later. Alright, that's it on the outer pouch. Let's look in the main compartment now, what we've got in there. I know I'm going through this fast, but you get the gist of it. If it's really cold, you know, something like that to keep you warm. In the back of my truck also I have a very heavy Carhartt jacket, you know, and some other clothes items in the back, as well as a sleeping bag and a military wool blanket. They won't fit in the bag, but they are in the back of the truck, so I can grab those. Here I have my Optimus Terra cook kit, and because, you know, you're going to need to boil water, so it's good to have stuff like that. This is a nice little bowl. In here I've got a combination knife, fork, spoon, bottle opener, can opener, okay, to eat with. I've got my Snow Peak fuel to ignite my Snow Peak stove, and then a larger pot to boil in. And all this stuff just fits conveniently right here in this little bag, and so it's all handy. So and that also has another source of fire too. If you can't get the matches to work, you can't get the lighter to work, you don't have sun to use the magnifying glass, or you can't for some reason get the striking rod to work, you can always ignite the Snow Peak stove. So I've got fire pretty well covered. Also in here, food. I'm not going to go through in here. Well, I'll go ahead. Why not? This is just enough food, you know, for a short term, but I've got some emergency drinking water, Cliff Bars. I have some beef stew, and I've got some scrambled eggs with ham and red peppers and green peppers. I have a couple of another Cliff Bar and some bouillon cubes. So that's what's in my food bag. Like I say, that's not going to feed me long term, but it's certainly going to get me through a day or so. And of course, we can always forage and hunt or fish or whatever, you know, other means there are. Maybe I ought to look into increasing that and having an increased food supply stashed in the truck. I'll think about that. In here, I'm not going to take this out, but this is my Eureka Solitaire tent. It's a Solitaire tent that's compact, and then I've got the poles for that tent right here in the bag. Everything fits right in there, so it's a nice compact system. It only has 2 poles, but it's a great tent, holds up very well. And then also in here I have an 8x9.5 tarp with some spikes and some more paracord in there, so I can set up a tarp system if I need to use that. And that's it. That's what I've got to survive on. I've got the basics covered. Of course, you know, I'm a strong believer in the best survival tool that you can have is your own mind, and nothing beats being mentally prepared for an emergency. And you guys hear me say it at the end of every one of my videos, and it's something that I strongly believe in, and that is keep calm, carry on.